I'm here on Marsh Farm near Goldalming. Oh, caught a tench. I was a bit surprised by that. I haven't got my camera set up. I haven't even got a bloody bank stick to put the thing on. I'm gonna have to go back to the car and get one. Oh yeah, lovely tench, about £3 or so. Put up a hell of a fight. I did intend to fish the pole today, but it's absolutely blowing a gale. So I grabbed a couple of little baby carp rods basically, and chucked them in the car at the last minute. And my little storm shelter. Hey, that's on worm on a free running ledger. Anyway, I'll pop him back and I'll get myself sorted out in a minute. Yeah, so I'm at it again, down at Marsh Farm. That was a bit of a shock catching that fish. As I say, I was intending to fish the pole today, but it's blowing an absolute hooey. Having said that, actually where I am is alright. My main concern was if I was fishing a pole, I'd have to use my normal brolly and that would end up in the pond. So right at the last minute I just chucked my little 9-foot carp rods in the car and my bite alarms and a box of bits and bobs. And my fish just topped over there. And my peg down brolly, and I caught a tench. To be honest, I got here and I was kind of like, I might blank today, sort of thinking maybe just sit behind the bite alarms, go to sleep, and not worry about things too much. It started raining now. I've just fed a margin swim, some reeds to my right here, so I chopped up I don't know, 20 odd worms and a handful of maggots, and they went down there. I'm just fishing over that with I think it's a 3/4 ounce running lead, very short hook length of coated braid. Last, I don't know, 15-20 mil stripped off. And then I've got a size 12 Guru QM1 hook, a little hair rig. Just where the coating of the braid ends, I've pinched on a number 8 because I'm fishing a critically balanced worm on there. Just injected the worm with a bit of air, so it's basically sticking up off the bottom, going like that. Makes it quite a visible bait. The water's it's not mega coloured. It's not clear. Visibility is probably about a foot. That's what I caught the tench on. And my other rod, I've got a little, well, I guess you call it a pellet feeder. And that's, I don't know what you'd call it. It's sort of semi-fixed, I suppose. The website sort of says you can't fish a semi-fixed or fixed lead here. So I asked matey in the shop and he said no, that thing's alright. So I'm happy with that. And that's just fished again with a very short hook length, probably 4 inches of fluorocarbon. And I'm hair rigging a soft pellet on there. Then in the feeder I've just got like these tiny little pellets and a bit of crushed pellet ground bait. And that one I'm chucking just over 3/4 of the way across, I'd say. I think I'm gonna cast that fairly regularly. It's clipped up. Well, I might unclip it. I'm hoping it's only £6. And that tench I caught fought like a demon, actually. I was quite surprised. These little carp rods, they're 2.5 pound test curve, but they're like parabolic, so they bend right down into the handle, so they're actually quite soft and bendy. That was actually quite a nice fight. Probably give you a show of the swim in a minute, but it's nothing particularly picturesque at this time of year. This venue's like a sort of, it's a sort of canal style lake, if you like. A long lake with a load of narrow islands through the middle. Where I am is probably 20 metres wide, something like that. Having attention that early. It's either a fluke, I won't catch anything else, or yeah, quite a good sign really. I've got a tench on. Net. Had a line bite 5 minutes ago. I wondered whether that was going to go off. There we go. Ooh. Very cold female tench. There we go. Probably about £3. Nice long, that's a big long one. She's quite slim. Right. Let's pop her back in. Let's quickly show you the rig. You can see that. That's the got a little quick stop on the end of there. Size 12 QM1. Number 8 shots just there. And a swivel. A buffer bead over the swivel. And just a little 3/4 ounce lead, I think it is. Seems to be doing business. Right, stick another worm on. Well, that was rather jolly. Means the first one wasn't a fluke anyway. I've not had a sniff on the further over rod. So give that another hour. and I think I'll lob a bit of ground bait out there. I mean, if the fish are feeding, this little feeder I've got on there is really tiny. If the fish are feeding, then maybe a bit of bait will attract a few fish. If not, what I'll probably do is feed another chop worm and maggot line, but on the other side there. Wait and see. I was having trouble keeping the bloody pellets on, they're quite soft. But now I'm putting 2 on, just in case. But I'm putting the pellets inside the feeder and then plugging it up. So theoretically they should be kinda protected, but hopefully available for the fish to get a hold of. I'll wait and see. I might go and get my pole if the weather permits. I mean, really, for catching tench, if you can use a pole, they're within pole range. It's unbeatable, really. I did have a bite of half an hour or so ago on the worm rod again. But by the time I got there, there was nothing there, so I suspect it was probably a liner. Had nothing over the ground bait. I threw in 3 not quite tennis ball size balls about 20 minutes ago on the further across ground bait feeder line. But I've not had a twitch on that, so fed another line in the margin to my left with some hemp and some maggots. I don't get anything on the ground bait line for, I'll give it another half an hour or so. After that I think I'll bung that one down the edge as well. Perhaps I'll try a couple of maggots on that one. I don't know whether this sun's a good thing or not. It'll warm the water, but at the same time I don't know whether the fish will be particularly pleased about it. Oh, I just had another. I thought was a liner on that worm. Brought it in. And the worm had managed to twizzle around and get the hook almost backwards, so it would never have gone home, so it may well have been a bite. I think I've left the normally when I hair rig worms I don't have any sort of any play. I thread the worm right onto the hair so that the sort of head of the worm is touching the shank of the hook. But that time I hadn't. I left a little bit of sort of spare line, if you like. And it seems to have been my, much to my disgust, it was my undoing. on that side. Oh, blimey. Lively little fella. There we are. It's a beautiful little tench, that one. Lovely. Number 3. Oh, looks like they're waking up again. All being female so far. There you go. It's probably probably 3 pounds. Maybe a bit. Yeah, 3.5. On the worm. It's interesting. Before actually catching, quite often I'm getting little liners. There's obviously mooching around down there. Let's pop her back in. Yeah, it's alright down here. Quite looking forward to getting my my club book. You can night fish it here on if you're a club member. It's just the ticket doesn't start till July the 1st, which is kind of annoying because I was hoping to sort of get on their waters for the spring tench, but oh well. I'm sure they'll still be feeding in July. Just over the back, I think there's 3 lakes on this complex, and it's a day ticket as well. Slightly more commercially, if you like. And then behind us is Johnson's Lake, which I believe is good tench and crucians. I think a British record crucian was caught out of that lake at one time. Might be talking nonsense, but anyway, time to put another worm on. If any of you are in line for a new tackle box, I highly recommend this little jobby. It's a Gray's clip lock compact, I think it's called. It's quite nice. I managed to fit all my sort of barbel, carp and tenchy kind of stuff in there. Obviously it's got these little waterproof clip lock boxes. You put all your bloody swivels and whatnot, and there's 6 little ones. They're quite good for hooks. And then the main compartment for the other gash, and then they have 2 little drawers as well. There is a deeper version, I believe. I was trying to kind of slim my gear down to, well, just so it's not so bloody heavy to carry, basically. So I've jettisoned a load of the sort of extraneous stuff that I've accumulated over the years, and I've got all my gear into one of these. That's quite good. About 30 quid, not cheap, but if you're on the lookout for a tackle box, have a look at those. I reckon they're pretty bloody good. Anyway, let's get back to the fishing. In again. Oh, came off. Ooh. Caught a tench. Nice one. First male tench. They're pretty skinny. I'm guessing it hasn't been fished a lot over the winter. Look at that one. That's an absolute cracker. I'm going to get a picture of him. Well, they say a watched pot never boils. Gotta love that swell. There we go. Another tench. Good. They're pretty good nick, these fish, for I know it's not commercial fishery as such, but you know, they must get a bit of a hammering. Dirty great skimmer. It came straight up to the top and I thought it was a bloody great crucian. But sadly not. Another lean tench. A few leeches on him. They've obviously been laying in the mud and they've only recently woken up. Oh, I just landed tench number 10. We've had a couple of big skimmers, little bream, whatever you want to call them. It's just starting to rain again. That's been nice. A nice day actually. Had I known the weather was going to be as reasonable as it was, I wouldn't have fished the ledger, I'd have fished the pole, but no, it's been alright. Cheeky little bird. Probably going to do a poo on my rod handle. I was just going to try and catch one more, but I think I'll call it a day. And 11 tench. 11 tench, 2 big skimmers. Ah, it's good. Really nice actually. Yeah, I look forward to coming back here again. Right. Well, not much more to say, is there really? Other than cheerio, see you next time.